If you are not using low-interest credit cards, you may want to ask yourself why. Who would not want to pay a lower interest rate? What is confusing to many consumers is exactly how they can get those low-interest credit cards. Do your research. You will find that education will be your finest asset when hunting a low-interest rate credit card. Sometimes it is not always possible to get a low-interest credit card. For instance, consumers who have never had credit cards before usually will not qualify for a low-interest credit card. However, even if you do not currently qualify for a low-interest credit card, that does not mean you will never be able to get one. If you have a troubled financial past and a bad credit rating, it will probably take a few years before you improve your credit rating enough to be able to qualify for low-interest credit cards. In general, the higher your credit score is, the better chance you have of obtaining a low-interest credit card. If you have a good credit rating, you should not have much difficulty qualifying for low-interest credit cards. Low-interest credit cards are ideal for people with good credit that would like to take advantage of reduced interest rates. Consumers who have low-interest credit cards have all the convenience of charging items when they need them, and long-term, they pay less interest on those purchases. Having a low-interest credit card is a great way to take advantage of all the benefits that credit cards have to offer without having to pay high interest. In fact, low-interest credit cards allow consumers who use plastic to save money. If you do not have a low-interest credit card in your wallet, you may be missing out on a great way to save yourself hundreds of dollars per year. If you are the type of consumer who carries an outstanding balance month to month, and so many of us do, you will benefit substantially from having low-interest credit cards. If your outstanding balance is $1,000, having an interest rate of 20% versus 10% translates to the difference between paying $200 and $100 per year in interest. The best part is there are many low-interest credit cards that offer less than 10% interest, some as low as 5%. Even doing a balance transfer can pay off assuming the fees associated with the balance transfer are absorbed after you start paying monthly interest on your new lower interest credit card. If you have multiple credit cards, you might consider consolidating balances onto a low-interest credit card. You should also try calling your credit card company and negotiating a new, lower interest rate. No matter how low or high your interest rate is when you initially enroll in a program, if you can establish a strong history with a credit card company, you will be in a good position to negotiate a low interest rate. Also, if you are a member of any professional organization, you may qualify for an additional discount on the interest rate. Low-interest credit cards provide you as a consumer with all the advantages of having credit cards but with less cost associated with that convenience. Low-interest credit cards are cards that are growing by leaps and bounds. And, it can be said low-interest credit cards are essential tools for the frequent credit card user. When it is all said and done, there is no doubt, for the wise credit card user, Low-interest credit cards are an excellent choice,